Hello, dearies! Alright, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to what might eventually end up being called Jakey's Bakeys at the popular request of the general, populace of my life. So recently, my father's girlfriend was in a horrible car accident. However, this accident proved to be miraculous because both she and the other driver escaped with very minimal injuries. I promised her that I would bake her a little personal cheesecake just to say, I'm sorry you got in a wreck and you scared me to death. So for this episode, that's what we're gonna do. And I think I'm going to bake her a key lime cheesecake with white chocolate. We'll be making use of most of this little guy. And my favorite thing in the world is my mom got me for Christmas some cheesecake pans, and one included this little 4-inch personal cheesecake pan. So today's episode's probably called Little Baby Cheesecakes. So first things first, I gotta get my crap together. So now that I've got my crap together, this cheesecake is a fairly standard cheesecake. You've got sugar, you've got cornstarch, heavy whipping cream, eggs, vanilla extract, and of course the pivotal part of the whole thing, cream cheese. If you don't have that, you're just making inedible slop. It could be cake if you added flour, maybe, but it might be gross, so don't do that. Inedible slop, that's what you'll be making. The other thing that we will need, of course, is our little lime friend that I told you about. We're gonna shave this guy all up in our dough. But the first thing you're gonna wanna do is go over to the stove. And by your stove, I mean your oven. Usually they're together, so if you're confused as to where one is, just look for the other and you should probably find it, whatever. So you're gonna wanna preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And you're gonna let it preheat while we make,
While we
make... So every episode, I'm going to leave down in the description the quantities of each of the ingredients that I am using. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add one 8-ounce package of our cream cheese. Now this cream cheese is room temperature. It's nice and fluffy. I let it sit out a long time. Not too long, because that's bad. Don't let it sit out for like a week and a half. That's a bad idea. That's how you kill people. All right, next is a 1/4 cup of sugar. And next is 3 entire tablespoons of cornstarch. This is a brand new package. Oh, my, that oofed. Oh, goodness, it went everywhere. So there's 1. There's 2. And that's 3. So now we're going to cream these together for about 3 minutes on low speed. Oh my God. And we cream together on low. Scrape down the sides of the bowl every now and again. So you want to cream it until it's pretty fluffy. Okay. Be nice to your cream cheese. Okay. It may not do what you want it to do if you're not nice to your cream cheese. Does cream cheese have feelings? Do cream cheese have feelings? What am I even saying? The next thing you're going to want to do is put in the rest of your cream cheese. One more 8-ounce package. So we'll go ahead and just scrape all of this loveliness down into here. I love cream cheese. Throw away your trash, or put it there until later. Stop every now and again to smoosh out the cream cheese that's getting stuck. Smushy, smushy. Smushy, smushy. Now we're going to put in 1/2 cup of sugar. So 2 of these little 1/4 guys, in case you don't know how to math. Sometimes math is not my strong suit. What am I doing in a baking show? And there we go. Next, we're going to put in a tablespoon of vanilla extract. It's a lot of vanilla, but it's delicious. And now we blend. Rinse and repeat with the fixing. Cream cheese is sticky as crap. And now we're going to beat in our room temperature eggs, 1 at a time. Egg 1, and then you mix it in. Egg 2. I splashed a little on my pants. And then finish mixing it in. The next thing you're going to want to do is wipe off your box of heavy whipping cream from all the cornstarch that you spilled everywhere earlier in the episode. And then you're going to add 1/3 of a cup of this. 1 beautiful 1/3 of a cup. Good Lord, that was all that was left in there. That was perfect! And don't overmix, otherwise you might curdle your cream. Next things next, we're going to shave this guy. Sprinkle the shavings into a teaspoon, and that's what we're going to put in here. A teaspoon of grated lemon, not leaven, we're not making bread. A teaspoon of lemon rind, or zest, or whatever, so we're just going to say here. This is a lime. Wow, good Lord, that smells good. Perfectly clean shaven. All right, so now we're just gonna pack all of this guy's shavings into here. This should have been about perfect. That is one shaved lemon. I mean lime. You're gonna stir this. Don't mix this, because you don't want to have it overmixed because your cream might curdle just like it was earlier. Stir this in. All right, so we're gonna use some of this batter to fill our little baby cheesecake pan. The rest we're going to put in cupcake tins so that we just get even smaller, even cuter ones. Parchment paper. So we're gonna cut out a small circle. Hold it in half to where I can see it. We have our little circle. And it's perfect. Ish. Reach in, grab our stuff, and begin dumping. So what we're going to do with the rest of the batter is divide it evenly amongst little cupcake tins and make little tiny baby, even babier than our little baby cheesecakes. So I found these fantastic little red flannel cupcake tins. So those are the ones that I'm going to use. You can use any kind that you would like. And now we're going to very carefully spoon in our batter. Now I know you saw me put 12 cupcake tins into this thing, but the thing is I kind of ran out of batter and had to improvise, so there are only going to be 9. Maybe be smarter than I am and divide it a little bit more evenly and you'll have less of a problem. Now over to the oven. Alright, so now what we've got to do is we've got to make the water bath. So when you're making cheesecake, you got to put them in another pan surrounded by warm water so that in the oven the humidity and the moisture will stick with it and they won't, well, go completely to frick whenever you bring them out. Now my oven sucks so much. It is doesn't hold its temperature very well. Hopefully they'll come out good, and maybe if your oven isn't as good as other ones, then you won't be discouraged either. I realized I forgot something. You want to completely aluminum foil your springform pans to keep water from getting inside, because while you do want moisture around the cake as it bakes, you don't want it like seeping into it. Ooh, that's hot. Let's set this one in here on this side, and then we're gonna go ahead and pick this one up. I haven't put the water bath on this one yet. We'll pour warm water into here. All right. Now those are going to stay in there for around 30 to 45 minutes. You're going to want to watch them to make sure that you get everything right. So when they come out of the oven, they should look similar to this. They're a little cracked, but it's like I said, my oven is difficult to achieve a perfect cheesecake in. But as you can see, the little one is super cute. And oh my gosh, look at these little guys. Little cheesecakes. Little cheesecake cupcakes. All right, well, what we're going to do is we're going to let these things cool entirely, and then we're going to put them in the fridge. And then after that, we're going to stop them from being naked, because being naked is gross unless you're at home, even then sometimes. Actually, it's getting kind of late, so I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright, now that I've rested, I feel a lot better. If you're wondering why it's suddenly brighter in here, it's because, well, I went to sleep. That was probably very well understood. Whatever. Today, we're going to be making the decorations for our little cheesecakes. We're going to make homemade whipped cream, and then to which we're going to add some limeade concentrate, some frozen limeade concentrate. So that's going to really help bring across this whole key lime pie thing that we've got going on. We're also going to melt white chocolate and drizzle it over the top of everything, just because we need more sweetness, I guess. So the first thing we're going to do for this is we're going to bloom some gelatin. So in this beautiful cup, I have awaiting 1 tablespoon of cold water, into which we'll add 1 teaspoon of this dried gelatin stuff that you can make like Jell-O out of and whatever. This stuff is going to expand and turn into something that's kind of gross looking and smells really weird. Oh. Ew. Now you're going to let this sit and bloom for about a minute. Now that the gelatin is nice and bloomed and thick and weird, we're going to completely undo everything we just did to it by microwaving it. We want it to be completely dissolved and clear, because you don't want nasty, weird, brown whipped cream. Now it's absolutely melted and smells horrific. Set that awful mess aside, and now it's time to beat our whipping cream. I have 1 full cup of heavy whipping cream here, to which we're going to beat it until it becomes thick and fluffy, and soft peaks just begin to form. If you don't know what a soft peak is, when you yank out your whisk attachment from your mixer, it should make little mountain things that kind of slump, but don't super hard. Anyway, you'll want to do this on high. Not you. Don't get high before you bake. That's a bad idea. You'll want the stand mixer to be on high. Now that the whipped cream is about what it's supposed to be, look at that. The soft peaks just begin to form. We're going to beat in our sugar. We're going to turn the mixer on first and then add in the sugar. I have turned it off for now just so that you can actually hear me whenever I'm speaking. 1 tablespoon of sugar. And here we go. And now a teaspoon of vanilla extract for flavor. But we'll be putting different flavor in later. And in it goes. Now beat it. Now it's time to break out your awful mess again and pour it on in. So the next thing we're going to add is our limeade concentrate. You want this to be slightly frozen, so kind of frozen, but kind of not frozen at the same time. Apparently that's important, but I'm not here to be smart. I'm here to make delicious things. So,
guys, I forgot to record it, but you want 1/4 cup of this limeade concentrate. This has been Jake in a voiceover.
And now you fold it in. Gently fold it in, because you don't want to deflate your whipped cream. Just kidding. Don't do that yet. And just for fun, some green food coloring. Green's my favorite color. Some people in my life don't believe me when I say that, but I don't care. You just want 1 or 2 drops. You don't want it to be too dark. I've got my lime whipped cream in a piping bag all ready to go. I haven't snipped the tip off yet. I have pulled the little baby cheesecake out of the pan, and it looks amazing. And then also we've got the cupcakes over here, or the cup cheesecakes, the cheese cupcakes, the cake cheese cups, whatever they're called. Snip the end off of this piping bag. And we're just going to, we're going to start with the cupcakes first, one at a time. And we're just simply going to pipe a big dollop on the top. Just like that. And they're not perfect or anything like that, but they will taste delicious. And then the cupcakes are done. All right, and finally, we're just going to make little ones all over this cake. And one big one in the middle. And there you have it. Well, they're not perfect by any stretch, but the thing is, they do taste delicious, and that makes me very happy. And I hope that my father's girlfriend will be happy with her please get well soon present. It's not really a get well soon present because she's fine, but whatever. You know what I mean. Anyway, time for a test. Short little cheesecake. Yep, man, that's delicious. All right, you guys, these were a success. So anyway, I'm glad you guys are here. If you're still here at the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you liked it. And if you did like it, you should like the video and hit subscribe if you haven't, if you're not subscribed to me already. And thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Later.